If you experience migraines like me, listen up because I'm going over 10 ways to prevent a migraine. If you're currently going through a migraine, these are also tips that you can implement to alleviate the pain and try to get control over the migraine. By the way, a side note, if you are somebody who enjoys wearing up your hair, stay tuned to the end because I have a bonus tip that is going to make wearing your hair up so much more comfortable. Let's get into it. Number 1 is to limit screen time. Make sure to take breaks to look elsewhere aside from the screen in front of you, whether that's your phone, a tablet, a computer, whatever you got. A way that I like to do this is by implementing the 20-20-20 rule. If you haven't heard of this, it's when every 20 minutes you look 20 feet away from you for 20 seconds. So this is going to take that strain off of your eyes and just help to basically alleviate the pain in your eye. Number 2, which piggybacks off of number 1, is to wear blue light blocking glasses. So I'm sure you've seen these all over the internet lately. They have definitely been all over the place. You probably even have gotten YouTube ads for them. I know I have. If you haven't heard of them, blue light blocking glasses are basically glasses that have blue light blocking lenses in them. So these are going to prevent the blue lights that are emitted from phones, tablets, computers, etc. from getting into your eyes. Basically, if you stare at blue light for too long, it can definitely trigger a migraine. It definitely happens for me all the time. So if I'm editing on the computer, let's say 1 hour into it, I'm not wearing my blue light blocking glasses, I start getting migraine and ooh, I get it real bad, even to this day. I've talked about this before on my channel. I have a whole video about my blue light blocking glasses. If you haven't seen it, I'll link it up here. But just to reiterate here, they're these ones right here from Firmoo. So it's these clear frames, and then I got anti-glare on them, so they're not gonna have a glare from computers or screens or anything like that. And they are also blue light blocking lenses. Now, mine are not prescription because I don't wear prescription glasses, but Firmoo does offer prescription lenses. And you don't have to like pay extra for a consultation or anything like that to get your lenses put in if they're prescription. You can literally just order it from the website. They have so many different styles of frames and all of that. Like, they're constantly revamping their styles too. Plus, they're super affordable. So if you haven't checked them out yet, definitely check them out. I'll have it linked down below. Love, love, love these. I actually have another pair too, and they are just black square ones. I love the clear ones so much though. They're like definitely my go-to. I mean, hello, look at them. Super cute. Next up, drink water. If you saw my 30-day challenge of trying to drink water every day, you know how much I hate water. It's so bland, and coming from me, it's shocking because I love bland foods, but water, I struggle with drinking it. Comment down below if you're also the same way. So I noticed that when I don't drink water, which is like every day, a lot, very often, more than I'd like to admit, I get bad migraines. And it's not just water alone. The next tip also ties into water, and that's exercise. So whenever I combine drinking water and exercise together, it's like the magic recipe for alleviating my migraine. Yum. If you struggle with drinking water regularly, there are apps out there, there's tons of them, that will remind you to drink water, and you can also track how much water you're intaking. These never work for me though, but I'm just recommending it because maybe it'll work for you. I see the notification, I'm just like, ha, you're cute, ignore, delete, thank you next, thank you next. Next, eat regularly and don't skip meals. This is something I am very guilty of. Whenever I'm just caught up in editing, I get so into the zone and I honestly forget to eat. Even when I'm filming, I can get so into it and I just want to go, go, go and like keep filming, keep editing, just keep as much of my productivity up and like, you know, what am I trying to say? Basically like be in the zone as much as I can be in the zone and get as much done as I can. But it's so important to remember to eat because if you don't, you can pass out. This has happened to me on multiple occasions and I've ended up in the hospital because of it. So definitely make sure to eat. Your blood sugar can drop and you can just faint and it's not fun. Set reminders, you know, if you're somebody who also forgets to eat like me, set a reminder on your phone and at 12 o'clock for instance, make sure you eat. At 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whenever you eat, you know? Just make reminders for yourself. Something else you can do is ask your coworkers or friends or whoever's around you to just remind you to eat if you're somebody who forgets to eat. That way they can hold you accountable and also act as your reminder. Hello.
Hi.
Quick question.
Yes.
Do you have any tips for how to prevent migraines?
Oh, I have tons.
Okay, what's
Drink water.
Okay. Is that
Wear
it?
the damn glasses. The blue light blocking glasses if you have it.
Okay.
Get good rest. Exercise. Everything your doctor told you to do that you don't do.
Gracias. Speaking of food, control your triggers. I personally find that dairy, wine, milk, things like that really bother me. They bother my stomach, and they can also be migraine triggers for me. So if you also notice that eating certain foods or drinks will trigger migraines for you, cut them out, completely avoid them, and don't even go near them. Just do not enter Pasco.
No, no, no.
These triggers don't have to be limited to only foods though. It can definitely be scents. A lot of people can experience migraines from perfumes, and this can be everywhere, you guys. It doesn't necessarily have to be a spray perfume. Things like makeup or even skincare, they have fragrances in them. Some of them are just way too heavy, and they can definitely trigger migraines. Nail polishes are also a really big one, especially for me. If there's a nail polish that's just too nail polishy smelling, you know, they're very chemically, it's overpowering. It's like you walked into like 10 nail salons that have been jammed into one room. That's what it smells like. Avoid them, please. Another way to gain control over your migraines is to manage your stress. No matter what your situation is, if you are experiencing stress, make sure to practice things that will de-stress you. Personally, I find that meditation helps a lot. I love to listen to guided meditations that I find on YouTube. So I'll just type in guided meditation for de-stressing or guided meditation for sleep. Like, there's so many different guided meditations out there. Usually what I like to do is pick one that's about 10 to 30 minutes if I'm trying to do it quickly. If I'm trying to fall asleep to it, I like to listen to the ones that are about an hour to 3 hours long. That way I can just fall asleep to it and let it play, and somehow having it on in the background is something that's really soothing for me. So it could also work for you. You could also try breathing. This is a huge one for me, and I don't mean just, you know, normal breathing. I mean actually sit there and think about your breathing. So you want to do this with purpose. You want to inhale for say about 5 seconds, and then keep it in for say 10 seconds, and then exhale again for 5 seconds. You can switch up the amount of seconds. You could do like 3 seconds of inhale, 7 seconds of just holding it, 3 seconds of exhaling, you know, mess around with it, just kind of find a rhythm that works for you. Just make sure that you are inhaling and exhaling deeply. You want to fill up your lungs with air, and then hold it, and then let it all out. I find that this really helps to calm my state of mind, get me in more of a focused place, and just having something to really focus on, like breathing, helps to just ground you in general. If you also experience anxiety, this is also a really great way to calm your anxiety. Something else you could do is stretch. You know, you could do yoga, Pilates, anything that just gets your body moving and in a state of flow is also going to help de-stress you. Next up, use a migraine tracking app. What I use is called Migraine Buddy. It's free, you can download it on iOS. I'm not sure if it's available for Android, because I don't have an Android, but it might be, I don't know. But there's so many different apps out there. This one is the one I love though. I've been using it for several years, and the thing I really love the most about it is that it has a chart in here. So it's called a report feature, and it pulls up all of your migraines, your symptoms, the triggers, what helped alleviate the pain, what the weather was, things like that. And it'll put all of it basically into this whole report. And you can save this, send it to your doctor, or just save it for your own records. It shows things like how many attack days you've had out of the past 90 days. Or it'll say how many attack-free days did you have out of the past 90 days. Did you have any sort of auras? How did it affect your activities? I can go on and on. Your symptoms, things like that. You can track everything on this app. It's so helpful. I love going back to it to see what my triggers were and things like that. Also, something else that's really cool, let me just show you guys real quick. If you are logging your migraine in here, there's all these different categories of things that you can enter, like your attack type, the relief scale, notes, weather, intensity, location, triggers, menstruation, aura, symptoms, medication, reliefs, affected activities, and pain onset. So something that's really cool is, say you want to go to triggers, right? You go into triggers, it has a bunch of preset, more of the common ones in here already, but say there's something that is not there. You can actually search and add for a trigger. So for me, something would be like, let's say a ponytail. So if you type in ponytail, you will see that 97,000 other users also experience migraines from ponytails. It's just so cool knowing that I'm not alone in that. Migraine Buddy, download it, use it, you'll love it, you're welcome. Next up is to get a full 7 to 8 hours of sleep. Of course, your amount of hours that you need to get a full night's rest definitely depends on person to person and your age. Personally, I find that my sweet spot is 7 to 8 hours. Anything less or more than that, I'll just feel groggy and not well rested. So make sure you're getting enough sleep. Lastly, EXCEDRIN. Oh, EXCEDRIN, what would I do without you? I don't know. This has come to my rescue so many times. Anytime that I experience a migraine, I like to try to do all the things that I previously listed to try to alleviate the pain and get rid of the migraine. But if it's really bad and I honestly can't do anything about it, if it's so bad that it's to the point where like I have to lay down, I can't get up, my head's pounding, my vision is just blurry, I can't function, I will go ahead and take EXCEDRIN. This is definitely like a last resort for me, and it works so well for me. I find that if I take it closer to when my migraine actually starts, it works more effectively than if I take it, say, 5 hours after, 3 hours after. I know that EXCEDRIN doesn't work for everyone, but it works really well for me, and I feel super lucky for that. If EXCEDRIN doesn't work for you, definitely talk to your doctor or whoever, like a medical person, not me because I'm not a doctor, but just talk to a professional about what you can take to help alleviate the pain if it's like really, really bad. Now, of course, this is something that me and my doctor have talked about. I'm not out here trying to tell you what to take, what to do. Definitely talk to a professional about it. I'm no doctor, I don't know your health, you know what I mean? I'm just sharing what works for me. Alright, time for the bonus tip. If you're somebody who enjoys wearing your hair up, stop using these types of hair bands, you know, the ones that are very hard and just like put so much pressure on your head. We don't like these. Start using these. These are basically like phone cords. That's honestly what they look like. You know, like old school phones, how they had cords. It's basically like a plastic, stretchy elastic, and these are really great because they don't put pressure on your head. I can wear the toppest of top knots, wear really high ponytails with this, and I experience no migraines. My head doesn't feel like it's pounding after a few minutes. Like, these are honestly so good. I even sleep with these. Like, that's how comfortable they are. I got this one from Thailand from a store called Moshi Moshi while I was out there, but you can definitely get these from places like Sephora as well. There's a brand called Invisibobble. They sell these in so many different colors, so you can definitely check that out. Let me show you how they work, because when I first saw this, I was like, does that actually hold your hair up? Like, it looks so flimsy and like it's not gonna hold anything. But look at this, like, it's so good. I mean, of course, you're not gonna get as tight of a hold as you would with like the other elastic, but it definitely still holds. What I like to do is just wrap around twice, go like this, there you go. I mean, it's not like a perfect ponytail because I wasn't trying to make a perfect one, I just want to show you. But look at the hold, it holds great, I love it. Let me also show you a top knot with this because that's also doable. Boom. Isn't it great? Like, I cannot believe that I didn't start using this until this year. It's such a game changer. Alright you guys, so that is it for all of my migraine prevention tips. If you have any sort of tips and tricks that I didn't mention, make sure to definitely drop them in the comments down below. I would love to read them, and I'm sure everybody else would love to read more about them and just learn from all of the wisdom that you guys have as well. If you like this video, make sure to give it a big thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe down below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!